Hello friends, I first wanted to let you know that if you have clicked on this video because you recently subscribed for the Cringy Story Times, I did move the Cringy Story Times to a brand new YouTube channel. It's called Maria Makes Fun, and I will put a link to that channel in the description down below. Thank you so much for subscribing. I will have a brand new Cringy Story Time out for you next week. However, if you are here for more serious relationship advice, then stick around. I have a viewer question today from a girl who's in high school, and she is really struggling with the idea of leaving her toxic boyfriend because she's afraid to be alone. I have the email from our friend Amanda, and Amanda writes, "Dear Maria, I'm a junior in high school. I've been dating a guy for a couple of months. I always feel like it's very hard for me to fit in with my classmates, and at first I was happy to have this guy in my life. But he's kind of annoying. He wants to hang out constantly, text constantly. I have a feeling I'm the only person in his life too. Sometimes he picks on me and makes rude jokes. I have asked him to stop, and then he'll stop for about a day, and he'll go right back to picking on me, and it doesn't make me feel good about myself. I don't think I want to date him anymore. I've also started to feel like he's not very mentally healthy, as he also seems to be lonely and acts like if I left him, he wouldn't be able to handle it. Deep down, I feel bad for him, and I don't want to hurt him. I'm also scared to leave him because I feel like if I do, I really won't have anybody, and I will be alone. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be with him. I don't know what to do." Amanda, I remember what it was like to be a teenager in high school and have a hard time fitting in and feel very alone. Feeling alone as a teenager is probably one of the most emotionally hard things to deal with in life. But I can tell you now, looking back, there are things that I know. I know that high school will not last forever. But I also know what will last forever. The feeling that you need people in your life because you are too scared to be alone. If you do not get a grip on this and you start training your brain now that you need people around you because you can't be alone, you will go your entire life surrounded by unhealthy, toxic bullies because you never learned how to stand up for yourself and walk away when you had to, knowing that no matter what, you go to sleep with yourself every night and you will be okay, even if you are alone. If you continue down this mental path, you will be 32 and very unhappy with your life because you will have developed into a full-blown people pleaser. Look up any video on YouTube about people pleasing. People aren't like, "Oh, how do I become a people pleaser? This lifestyle is fire." No, they're like, "How do I stop people pleasing?" It's not good. But you have the benefit of being young and learning how to do this now. And here's how you do it. You stop looking at ditching this guy, who is not very nice, by the way, and we can only take into consideration people's feelings who are taking our feelings into consideration. When he picks on you and makes you feel bad about yourself, especially after you've expressed the want for him to stop, he's not taking your feelings into consideration. When you say you don't want to hurt his feelings, he has no problem hurting yours. So let's just take a moment and digest that. Now, you don't look at this as, "I'm going to dump this guy and now I'm a victim of loneliness. I'm going to be so lonely." No. You tell yourself that you are going to stick up for what you want, come what may, because you are strong. And you know you haven't made a lot of friends in high school, so you do know that the end result of dumping this guy is you're going to be alone. It's not going to be forever, but for at least a little while, you are going to be alone. And you get a hold of it and you make a plan to use that alone time to your advantage. One of the hardest things about getting older is you do not have a lot of alone time. For many people, we all come to this crossroads where it's glaringly obvious that if we really have a goal that we want to accomplish, we're going to have to learn how to say no to other things. And some people, they're so afraid of how everyone else feels, they've never learned how to do that. They've never learned how in order to get to places you want to be in life, sometimes you're going to have to disappoint people. You can't do every single thing they ask. You can't go to every single event. And it's a hard decision that you're going to have to make for yourself. Some people are so afraid of what other people think, they never learn how to do it. Some people have dreams they will never accomplish because they never learned how to say no and walk away. You are lucky, Amanda, because you don't have that problem right now. If there is one silver lining of this entire situation, is you don't have to choose between accomplishing great things and a social life and potentially disappointing people and telling them no all the time. Right now, you don't have that problem. So you pick something you want for yourself and you go after it with every fiber of your being. This will help keep you focused. It will help keep you from feeling so much of the loneliness that you slip and go back to people in your life that are bad for you. Also, maybe while you're focused on your goal, you meet other people and become friends with them who are also interested in the same subjects that you're interested in, and you build healthy, fun relationships that way. And even if that doesn't happen, it's okay, because you will have learned something very important, how to push through fear. You will know that fear is just a temporary feeling. You will learn that you are safer by yourself than with entire groups of people surrounding you who don't care about your well-being because they are also too afraid to be alone. Do this hard thing once by dropping this guy and tell yourself, be very honest with yourself. Say, yeah, I am going to be alone, but I am doing this. Take control of the situation, Amanda, and make a plan for yourself. I didn't learn how to push through that kind of fear until I was much older, and it was really scary, but I wasn't 15 and I knew I couldn't keep living my life like that. And you know what happened? My relationships improved. And my friendships improved, and my jobs and my paychecks improved, because no one was going to bully me into doing something I knew wasn't good for me, or was less than what I was worth, or fundamentally went against who I was as a person and what I believed in. Because I knew, even if I had to cut them completely off from my life, I would be okay. Push through this hard thing once and it will get easier and easier. And after high school, I promise you, high school will pass. The world is very different after high school. If you can do this, then years from now, you're not going to get stuck in a potentially very abusive relationship. You're not going to get stuck being friends with some girl who's toxic and you don't even like. You won't get stuck working for a jerk of a boss who doesn't pay you what you're worth. And it's all because when you were 15, you loved yourself enough to stand up and walk away and learn how to put your mental health and your life first. And now you know you can do it. And you know you'll be okay. Amanda, if you are ever feeling really alone, come join my Facebook group. It's called Welcome to the Other Half. Come talk to us. I'm always happy to talk to you. And there's a lot of other people in the group I'm sure are struggling with the same things that you are. We all struggle with loneliness at some point in our lives. But are you going to be someone who lets it defeat you? Just go back to people you don't like who make you feel bad about yourself? No. You're going to kick loneliness in the face and you're going to say, yeah, I'm lonely. And this loneliness was my decision to take control of my life and stand up for myself because I love myself. And there is nothing wrong with that. And as long as I am with someone that I love, I will never truly be alone.